What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. Update on the Charlie Kirk situation. Unfortunately, Charlie Kirk has passed away. This white on white crime is ridiculous, is getting out of hand. I think that Donald Trump needs to send the United States Marines to Utah in order to take control of this, because white people just taking guns and shooting each other for political reasons is just unacceptable. For decades, white on white crime has not been something that anybody ever wanted to talk about, that anybody ever wanted to talk about the statistics of, that anybody ever wanted to put any government money towards. And in all these Republican states, all these in the middle of America, where white people are just running wild with their AR-15s and all their guns, and they're just out of control. So I really think we need some sort of program, whether it's a community program, to get these white folks, some help, because mental illness is something we talk about all the time, but yet no one wants to do anything about it. So when somebody decides to air out their grievances at a university where children, though all pretty much adults, but we still consider them our pupils, are trying to learn and try to engage in discourse, social discourse. You have people who are mentally ill who decide to go there and want to just shoot weapons and hurt people. And things like that happen. So we really need to deal with this white on white crime that's never addressed in the media, never addressed by the government, because they are truly the victims of this situation. Because it happens all the time. And you see, the media concentrate on everything else for whatever political agendas that they have, but they never concentrate on that white on white crime that's an epidemic in the European American community. I mean, you have white folks dying of fentanyl at an astronomical commercial rate. You have white people shooting each other, whether it be in schools or churches, at an astronomical rate. You have white people shooting up the CDC, right? No one wanted to talk about that. No one sent the National Guard in because of that, right? So I think it's time that white folks in America get a little bit of attention from the government. We need to send the National Guard, the Marine Corps. We need to send SEAL Team 6 in there. We need to send Delta Force in there and the Space Force into these high crime states, which just happen to be Republican states. And we need to secure the area. We need to have a national emergency so that we can secure the area and we can stop crime, because it's just getting ridiculous. But anyway, unfortunately, Charlie Kirk is a victim of white on white crime. And so, I have thoughts and prayers to the family, all right, who are also victims of this thuggery, of this gangster behavior that, by the way, Charlie Kirk participated in. So just, the thuggery, you live by thuggery, you know what they say, but anyway, unfortunately, this happens, and it's been happening, and it's going to keep happening until somebody addresses this. Anyway, you guys tell me what you think in the comment section. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
Well, there you have it. Charlie Kirk has passed away at the age of 32. I thought he was going to make it. I really did. But now that he is gone, the only people I feel bad about is his two little girls. Everybody else I really don't have any empathy for, but his two baby girls are going to grow up without a father. And that is the only thing I care about. Now, Charlie Kirk is about to be a martyr. And if the person that did take his life is on the left side, all hell is about to break loose. So what I'm going to say, anybody that is an influencer on the left, if you got something, hold that bitch tight. Okay? Watch your surroundings and keep your head on a swivel. Because if you don't, we already know. That side is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And they will not think twice. And Charlie Kirk was an influencer. He was a major influencer for the right. So, that's all I got.
All right, you guys. So Trump has just taken to Truth Social to announce that Charlie Kirk has passed away. Charlie was at an event at Utah Valley University where he was shot. There is a video that is circulating, and I want to put out a trigger warning. The video is absolutely graphic. Now, what's kind of confusing to me about this situation is there was an older white gentleman that they did take into custody, and there's a picture circulating of him being taken down. Witnesses also told news stations that this man said, "I'd do it again." But since that man was taken into custody, they're saying that he's been released. So as of right now, I don't know if a suspect is still at large. Older articles say that he has been apprehended, but newer articles say that this is not the suspect. Now, Charlie Kirk is known for doing debates. He goes and holds different rallies. And one major thing that he will always talk about was GUN control. And he said that he thinks it's worth having a few GUN deaths a year so that they could protect the Second Amendment. Now, seeing as that he just lost his life to GUN violence, this is absolutely crazy. Now, I will keep you guys updated as more information comes out. Now, y'all, what are your honest opinions on this situation?
Sorry to interrupt you. It is my great dishonor to be the person that says this and breaks this to you on television, but President Donald Trump is announcing on Truth Social, the great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and his family. Charlie, we love you. Charlie Kirk, according to the President of the United States, is dead.
Well, it's official. Charlie Kirk is no longer with us. He has been sent downstairs, and wow, what a day. I mean, let's just go through his greatest hits. One being that he said that unalivings due to pew-pew violence was justified because, anything is worth keeping the Second Amendment. I don't feel like that aged really, really well. I think the last thing that I remember him doing, because I had to talk about it, was him talking about how Taylor Swift should submit to Travis Kelce. Taylor Swift, a billionaire, should submit to Travis Kelce now that she's getting married and just be a wife, mother, and give up the singing career instead of putting her career first. What else? He got made fun of on South Park. I think that was the last thing in the media really about him. And I feel like, to be roasted on South Park, to be roasted up here, and then immediately get roasted down there. I mean, just, bad week for people with no lips. Thoughts and prayers, though. Thoughts and prayers.
So, breaking news. Charlie Kirk has been unalived and assassinated at a rally. Him talking. Right-wing, conservative, Trump boy. They took him out the game. They took him out the game, dog. I saw the video. Crazy work. He was sitting there. The sniper said, boop. It said, boop. And he was laid out like that right there. Now, I told y'all, shit's about to get crazy out here. And they got the person that did it. Guess what? It was an old white guy. Old white guy did that shit. Took him out the game, dog. Y'all better stop playing with people. Shit is getting real out here. Shit is getting real serious. People are not playing anymore. Too much stuff is going on in this country. People losing their lives. People losing their home. People losing their car. People losing their job. People ain't got nothing to eat. And you got all these people saying all this hatred ass shit to other people and minorities and think that shit just gonna let that shit slide. You ain't have a black person do it. It wasn't a Latino who did that shit. It was an old white guy who did that shit. And it is what it is, dog. Like I said, motherfuckers ain't about to keep playing out here. That's just how it is, dog. Shit is gonna keep getting worse. While y'all over there in the National Guard in Chicago and DC and shit like that right there, look, an old white guy assassinated Charlie Kirk. Dog. Peace.
It is now confirmed that Charlie Kirk has passed away. He was sniped by a sniper that was 200 yards away. The shooter is still at large. This is a systemic problem that we have in the United States. Gun violence. We are the #1 country in the entire world that has gun violence. At the very same time that this shooting is going on right now, there's a high school shooting in Colorado as well. We need adequate gun reform. We need to take guns out of people's hands that shouldn't have them. This should never happen, people. This should never fucking happen. Especially in the most richest and powerful country on the planet. We have a genocide of people that die every year because of gun violence. Stay safe, protect your family, and have a good day.
Joy Reid and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee and Ketanji Brown Jackson were affirmative action picks, we would have been called the racist. But now they're coming out and they're saying it for us. They're coming out and they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously. Play cut 52.
But I rise today as a clear recipient of affirmative action, and particularly in higher education. I may have been admitted on affirmative action, both in terms of being a woman and a woman of color, but I can declare that I did not graduate on affirmative action. This is my personal story.
I hear because of action affirmative. She can't even say that. We know. It's very obvious to us that you were not smart enough to be able to get in on your own. I couldn't make it on my own, so I needed to take opportunities from someone more deserving. You know, this is how arrogant Joy Reid and Ketanji Brown Jackson and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee are. They're so narcissistic, they think this is persuasive. They think we're like, oh, of course, that's why we need affirmative action, because you have impressed us with your brilliance. Of course. Oh no, imagine the world without Joy Reid. Imagine the world without Sheila Jackson Lee or Michelle Obama or Ketanji Brown Jackson. They think this is persuasive. They think as they kind of now reveal that I'm only here because of anti-white, anti-Asian forced discrimination policies. That turned me into a bitter, resentful activist that hates white people, honestly, through our politics. The two groups that are poorest by race in America are Native American Indians and African Americans. We've done the most to try to help them over the last 50, 60 years. We have the Bureau of Native American Affairs in the federal government. We spent $22 trillion in the federal government trying to help Black America, and Black America is poorer today than before we tried to start to help them. $22 trillion.
Okay. How do you feel about the Black community receiving reparations?
I'm against that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, why so?
Well, first of all, what is the Black community? So, for example, do you mean like recent immigrants from Haiti or Nigeria?
I do not. No.
Okay, for sure. So you're meaning like ancestral descendants of slaves.
Correct.
That
Yes,
could be proven with documentation.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay. So to be consistent, do you believe that other groups that have been mistreated in America should also receive reparations?
What are those other groups?
Well, they're not necessarily by America, but let's just take one. Jewish Americans, right?
Okay.
They almost got eliminated in the Holocaust. Should they receive reparations?
Not from us.
Okay, not from us.
Not from the United States, that is.
Okay. So here's my view, and I want to hear yours,
Okay.
which is that I did not own slaves, and you were not a slave.
Correct.
Right. So we are individuals, and therefore we cannot be held accountable or should receive something from something that didn't happen to us or something we did not do. That is a basic law of justice, that I can't be held accountable for something that somebody looked like me did, and you should not benefit from something that somebody you were related to. Now, you'll probably say systemic racism and how that passed down to generations. Happy to address that. The problem with reparations, though, is basically what you're saying is I'm going to take money from Charlie Kirk for something he didn't do and give it to a group of something, to somebody of something they also didn't do. For what reason? How is that just?
How do Black people not have access to a better life in America? What's preventing them?
What's preventing Black people
Yes.
from having a better life in America?
Yes. What's preventing them?
Police, the government.
Hold on. No.
universities.
Police.
The
How
United
many
States
unarmed
President,
Black men
Donald
die?
Trump.
How many unarmed Black men die from the hands of police every year?
The unarmed
nationally?
Black? Are you
yes.
serious?
How many?
Charlie Kirk, we're talking about something that
How
I didn't
many?
come up here to
No,
talk
you
to
just said
about.
police. How many unarmed
did.
Black men die the hands of police every year.
Did I say that is the reason
You
why
just
we're
said
prohibiting?
police.
Policing is an issue.
How?
Our
You're right.
police is
We don't have
militarized.
enough police on the streets of black
The
neighborhoods.
normal police department is well more funded than our normal libraries.
What is the #1 cause of black death in Chicago?
Are you serious?
Other blacks killing blacks.
Are y'all saying other blacks?
Yes.
Other blacks?
Who's
being killed?
Who's killing blacks from Chicago? A bunch of kids from Highland Park?
Black, 22% Hispanic. That's very, very, very broad. Where
No.
are those locations at?
Who is
Where are those locations at?
When blacks in America did not have the same rights they had today, they were less murderous. Why is that? Data shows they were actually better in the 1940s.
I live like a capitalist every single day, Shank. I live as a capitalist, okay? I live what I believe. No. What do I do? I get charity every single year.
Crime, like, I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. Because of DEI, it begs the question, when you see a black pilot, you wonder, you say, I hope they are qualified. If I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman, I wonder, is she there because of her excellence, or is she there because of affirmative action? It almost creates thought patterns that are not necessarily. No one really cares when it's HR managers. No one cared when it was, just kind of paper shufflers or even engineers. But now when it's like, wait, hold on a second. You're going to remove my appendix and you're a black lesbian?
3 people. We were just moments ago, it was 2. Now we're learning 3 people in critical condition here at Evergreen High School after this shooting. You're looking at the live aerial view of Evergreen High School, and law enforcement there on scene investigating this active scene here after an active assailant in the area, asking people to avoid going to that school. And again, Bergen, right? Bergen Elementary School.
Here we go. Now we're getting some cell phone video, it appears. Yep, from social media.
X, it looks like.
Yep, we got a number, you can tell, a number of law enforcement vehicles and probably civilian vehicles also rushing to that area. Parents, family members, understandably concerned. But as we know, you always want to leave space for law enforcement to get to this scene that has just minute by minute been seemingly changing, but then also getting more heartbreaking. It went from 1 person to 2 people. Now we know 3 people have been taken to an area hospital in critical condition. Jefferson County Sheriff's Office also sharing on social media as of about 20 minutes ago, that it was 2 students, at least 2 students, who had been shot and taken to the hospital. We know that Bergen Meadow Elementary is where the unification can happen, reunification for parents and students. That address is at 1928 South Hewan Drive. We'll have a map that kind of shows that. There you go. So it's off of Evergreen Parkway, a little bit farther from Evergreen High School, which makes sense. You want to make sure that there is enough of a perimeter here for law enforcement to respond to this very active situation happening in Jefferson County.
All right, guys, we have some breaking news coming out of Colorado where an active shooting event is unfolding at a high school. At least 2 students have been shot at Evergreen High School, which is about 28 miles southwest of Denver. According to the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, a gunman opened fire just after noon local time. By 12:40 this afternoon, Jefferson County Emergency Communications put out an alert that there was an active assailant in the area of Evergreen High School. Officials immediately urged parents to not go directly to the school because it is still considered an active scene, and they will announce a reunification point as soon as it's safe to do so. Now, the Sheriff's Office has confirmed that at least 2 students were hit by gunfire. They have been transported to the hospital, but we do not yet have any details as far as their conditions go. Authorities have also said, or not said, I should say, whether the suspected gunman has been arrested or even identified at this point in time. This is still a very active and developing situation. As of right now, Evergreen High School remains on lockdown. Parents and families are being told to stay back and wait until further instructions come out, and we will continue to monitor this story very closely and bring you updates as soon as new information becomes available. Now, just remember, in situations like this, numbers can go up, numbers can go down, because this is still very fluid. So make sure to hit that follow button so you don't miss any of this, and of course, drop your thoughts in the comments.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan.
Wait. Before you go, for all my subscribers and philanthropists out there, I'm building a solar power community water bowl system in Nigeria. It's going to cost between $5,000 and $6,000. I'm trying to raise money. If you want to participate and help me build this solar power water system, please donate to the Cash App and put Solar Water in the notes. Solar water in the notes. I'll put PayPal, Stripe, and Zelle. Anyway, thank you. That's all I gotta say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out. Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.